Name: prosecute lawmakers sponsoring Nnamdi Kanu and Igboho. National Assembly dares Buhari. Welcome to the news, and thank you for tuning in to listen. The members of the House of Representatives have asked President Muhammadu Buhari to name and prosecute the lawmaker identified as the sponsors of agitators Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Adeyemo Igboho in the country. The lawmakers on Tuesday claimed President Buhari made all the lawmakers in their house suspects of crime if the alleged sponsor of self-determination agitators was not only identified but also prosecuted. Buhari has previously said in a speech during the 61st Independence Day anniversary of Nigeria that the government had been able to identify sponsors of a secessionist group and their leaders. He had disclosed that among them is a member of the National Assembly. The recent arrest of Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Adeyemo and the ongoing investigation being conducted have revealed certain high-profile financiers behind these individuals. We are vigorously pursuing these financiers, including one identified as a serving member of the National Assembly, he has said. However, rising under matters of privilege at Tuesday's plenary, the member representative Ethiopia Federal Constituency of Delta State, Ben Roulette Ibapa, said that his privilege had been breached by the president's address. According to him, the president in his speech noted that one of us is sponsoring terrorism. That means we are prime suspects. He did not name that person. They have been calling me from all over the world. My friends have been saying, who among you is sponsoring terrorists? All of us are prime suspects. Ibapa noted that he would not allow the president's allegation to taint his reputation, noting that he was a proud member of the legislature. He then urged the House to prevail on the president, to name the sponsors and prosecute them. Accordingly, adding that the National Assembly will have otherwise invoked Section 88 of the 1999 Constitution as amended to get to the root of the matter. The section read, 88.1. Subject to the provision of this Constitution, each House of the National Assembly shall have power by resolution published in the Journal or in the Official Gazette of the Governments of the Federation to direct or cause to be directed investigation into any matter or thing with respect to which it has the power to make laws, and b. the conduct of affairs of any person, authority, ministry, or government department charged or intended to be charged with the unity of our responsibility for executing or administering laws enacted by National Assembly and disbursing or administrating monies appropriate or to be appropriate for the National Assembly. The powers conferred on the National Assembly under the provision of this section exercisable only for the purpose of enabling it, a. to make laws with respect to any matter with its legislative competence and correct any defect in existing laws, and b. expose corruption, inefficiency, or waste in the execution or administration of laws within its legislative competence and in the disbursement of administration of funds appropriated by it. Stop playing politics. No lawmaker is sponsoring Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho, and you know it. Do not winch hunt any legislatures to cover up your inefficiencies and cluelessness. We know by the time you want to start mentioning names. We know the names that will be mentioned are those who tell the truth to presidency without minding whose horse is God. There is an atom of truth in this. I do not believe that there is any lawmaker that is rich enough to sponsor secessionist agitators. The government is trying to call a dog bad name in order to hang it. We all know that there are some lawmakers that sympathize with the agitators. I believe strongly that they are being targeted by the government unless the federal government will prove accusations of them with facts and evidence. When they are in the possession of the names of the people sponsoring the bandits and the terrorists, and nothing was done in respect to that. Exactly what I'm saying. Shouldn't we query that too? He should first of all it has been a very long time. People have been waiting for it. He should call out those ones, then these ones too, if there is any. You should make sure those included in the list are those that are guilty. Let them continue deceiving themselves. The insecurity we are facing today is nothing but the outcome of injustice from our leaders. May God intervene and help the innocent citizens of this nation. And I do not understand how a member of a House of Assembly will come out and say and keep calling the agitators terrorist group. Please and please and please. No rational thinking person will call these people that is not a politician. They shouldn't be called terrorists, please. They should not be called terrorists. Freedom fighters are not terrorists. Those who are agitating for referendum and restructuring, they are not terrorists. In fact, it is you who have shut your eyes and refused to say that what is right, should be the one that is called a terrorist. Because if you support the motion which Buhari has keep promoting, which means the hoarding of the names of those sponsoring the terrorist group, and you support it and you do not say anything about it, then you are indeed a terrorist. Nobody should be called a terrorist because he or she is fighting for his or her life and sanity and freedom. This is totally unfair. It is not a crime to seek for justice with self-determination. He is protecting the real troublemakers, exactly, and going against the people that speak against injustice. Is it fair? You're protecting the real, you have been hoarding the real troublemakers' names for a very long time. People have screamed, people have talked, people have murmured, they have said a lot of things. And you come out now and you want to pick those who did nothing. This is wrong. This is wrong in all sense. The same National Assembly could not dare him to name and prosecute the Boko Haram sponsors. Exactly my point. This is what I'm saying. Please, no sacred cow. Let every stone be turned upside down to look for dangerous thinking scorpions, including bandits, herdsmen, and kidnapper sponsors, because nobody is a saint among all this group mentioned, even Boko Haram, to quench the insecurity, destroying the image of this country outside the shores of this country. Exactly. Nobody should, no stone should be left unturned. We shouldn't touch one issue and leave another. We should not treat one particular issue and hold another. No. Everything should be brought to book. They should be all mentioned. If there is really names of these so-called sponsors, fine and good, but I do not see where to come out and fight for my freedom and rights is a problem. And I repeat it again, people do not even need sponsoring to come out and fight for their freedom and fight for their sanity and their lives. All they need is this kind of a government that has been unfair to them and unjust. That is all they need. They do not need to be paid. Rather, what should happen should be that the members of this Boko Haram and terrorist group, their names that is continually being hoarded by the government, they should be released. They should be released. They should be released and not just released, so that the law will take its course on them and prosecute them. With this, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Till I come away next time, enjoy the rest of your day.